Hello and welcome again. Thank you for coming here again. The Lord gave me another word to share with you today. And again, I pray that the Lord would cover this word and cover you, me, and you and me, of course, that this word would get to anyone in time, and that the Lord's voice would be heard through me, through these videos, whatever He's sharing, and especially in this word. And that is in His glorious name I pray. Amen. So, and the Lord actually brought this word a couple of days ago, but it just came together today, this morning. The word is the Lord's angels are guarding you. The Lord's angels are guarding you. So he brought up, was it last night? I don't know. He brought up many different verses that has to do with protection, and mostly with protection and trusting the Lord, and that He's with you, and He's your provider. So this could be a word for many different situations. I don't know. I'm just gonna pray that the Lord would take over and take this word to where it needs to go, and that is in His glorious name. And the very last verse that he brought as a confirmation for this word was Daniel 3 verses 19 through 25, and I'm gonna go ahead and read this. And it was like a saved in fiery trial, those the Hebrew boys. So on verse 19 it says, "Then Nebuchadnezzar was full of fury, and the expression on his face changed towards Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He spoke and commanded that they heat the furnace 7 times more than it was usually heated, and he commanded centurion, mighty men of valor who were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. And then these men were bound in their coats, their trousers, and their turbans, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of burning fiery furnace. And let's see. Therefore, because the king's command was urgent, the furnace exceedingly hot. The flame of the fire killed those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And then let's see. These 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar, astonished, he rose in haste and spoke, saying to his counselor, "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire?" They answered and said to the king, "True, O king." "Look," he answered, "I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of fire, and they are not hurt, and they're not hurt, and the form of a 4th is like the Son of God." So the Lord actually brought this up because He was saying that though you may be going through a very difficult time, maybe you're in a fiery furnace, I don't know if it's a relationship that you're dealing with, or it's that you're experiencing severe warfare in an assignment that the Lord has called you to do. It's your ministry, I'm not sure. Whatever it is that the Lord has called you to do, he's in there with you in that fiery hot furnace. And these Hebrew boys, like, they came out of this fiery hot furnace that I have never read this version. I don't really know how I got this, because I make my notes and I have written this one down, so pasted it. I'm not sure what the version this is, but anyhow, the Lord normally leads me to different versions of the Bible because it speaks to people differently. And I used to only read King James and New King James, but now the Lord leads me to different ones, mostly New Living Translation, sometimes Passion. And so anyhow, but this they say that of course in the book of Daniel it's written that these boys came out of the fire without even the smell of the smoke. So you're gonna come out of whatever it is that you're going through without even the smell of the smoke. Yes, you are going to go through that stress because those boys, I'm sure, like, they were not 100% like joyous when they were being like thrown in the fire. I'm sure they were like there was, of course, some stress, some kind of, I mean, think about it, like, but they held up, they remained like faithful. They said that even if the Lord wouldn't come through, they're not going to bow down to something else. So they really put their faith in the Lord, and Lord came through, my goodness, in a way where it's like talked about centuries later. But what the Lord was saying is that He's in there with you, and you're gonna come out of it. So put your trust in the Lord. And then He took me to another book, and Psalms 37 was what he took me to, but right now it's all mixed up. Like, sorry guys, I'm gonna fix it up, but I'll go through other verses and then I'll get to that. So then he took me to Psalms 27, 1 through 3. And it said, the Lord is my light and my salvation, so why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress and my protection. The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger, so why should I tremble? When evil people come to devour me, when my enemies and foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart will not be afraid. Even if I am attacked, I will remain confident. So the Lord is saying to keep your confidence. If this message is for you, either you actually recently went through this fiery trial and you're here to testify how the Lord triumphant and brought you out of that, or you're going through it right now, or you have this is probably going to prepare you for what's coming. I don't know, whatever it is, take it to the Lord for confirmation. I mean, for us, being in this world and walking with the Lord, we constantly experience like warfare. So by now, if you have been walking with the Lord, you're completely used to it. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, so the Lord is saying just to keep your confidence, because what people can't really, I mean, what can they do? The worst they can do is like, take your life. That's the worst. But the Lord has already defeated that. So that's the worst a person can do. But that's not going to happen because the Lord is your protector. Of course, you have to obey Him and go according to what He's saying and not put yourself like in danger. like deliberately. So anyhow, but so he's saying not to be afraid. He actually recently asked me to go some places to do some prayers, and as I was going, like there were like people that I was seeing, and it was kind of the areas were a bit very, there was a lot of demonic stuff going on there. So I kind of was like, oh my gosh, like if these people like that are not stable, they didn't look stable, were to come and attack me, like, yeah, we all have flesh, so we all think about these things. I was like, man, will I be able to defend myself? And then I kind of remembered, I'm like, what the heck, we don't war against flesh and blood. These people, they're not doing what they're doing. They're manifesting because of the power of God in me. That thought came later. I was like, gosh, and so then the Lord, like, he kept on showing me from that point on, like, angels, like, you guys, I saw so many like the images of angels. I don't know, maybe they were angels, I'm not sure, because the angels of the Lord have walked the earth as humans, but people with the angel tattoos, people with angels on their shirts everywhere, angel written on different places, on businesses, just angels everywhere, and so well, this time it was just angel wings. I saw and then this little girl came who was like beautiful like an angel, and this other girl had the tattoo of angel. This other lady walked in and she had the wings like on her shirt, beautiful, like a shirt with angel wings on it. And I think I saw angel wings multiple times. Yeah, I just don't recall where exactly else I saw it. But anyhow, so the Lord kept saying that you are surrounded by your angels, like angels that protect you. His angels are watching over you, and these demonic spirits, these that are coming against you, they're under your feet. And people cannot hurt you because people are just flesh and blood. And though they may say things, hurtful things, or act or manifest around you or something, they don't have the capability to hurt you when you're under the shadow and under the protection of the Lord. He's protecting you. So like, I remember this person came up to me, and this homeless man, and it was he was obviously had some alcohol in his system. He came in to talk to me, and I don't know what he wanted, but suddenly he just stopped in the middle of what he was doing, picked up his stuff, and as I said, and no, I'm not interested, I kind of like was like, no. He just picked up his stuff and completely changed his direction. Like he went from inside of the, like, he didn't even wait for the light to change. He jaywalked and went on the other side, and then kind of the Lord was like, he was sent away because it was his demonic spirits in him were like bringing him to me. So that was just something that the Lord like brought up to my mind, is that you have what you have in you is much more powerful, so you have nothing to worry about. And so anyhow, let's see, he took me to Psalms 37 verses 14 through 15, and it says, the wicked draw their swords and string their bows to kill the poor and oppress to slaughter those who do right, but their swords will stab their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. And verse 18 through 19, it says, day by day the Lord takes care of the innocent, and they will receive an inheritance that lasts forever. They will not be disgraced in hard times, even In famine, they will have more than enough. So even if you are going through struggles, like, if the enemy is coming against your finances or anyway, you will have more than enough. The Lord will provide your daily needs, and you will have like extra. And so I've gone through a period where it was extremely difficult financially, but I always had, it wasn't much, but I always had extra. So let's see. He brought up Psalms 23 verses 4, and it says, even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So no matter where you're walking, what area, what kind of, where you are in your life, what is it that you're dealing with, the Lord is with you. He's there to comfort you, and he stands by you. So let's see. He brought a few other verses. I'm gonna go through all of them. And so he brought up Psalms 119 verse 15. It says, in all of my affliction I find great comfort in your promise, for they have kept me alive. So the Lord has promised, the Lord's promises are life-giving. If he said that he's going to protect you, then he's going to protect you. If he said he will provide for you, you shall not lack, then he won't. So you just have to put your trust in him. And then in John 10:10, the Lord said, the thief might come. The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. So he's there to give you abundant life, not to hurt you. If he's telling you to do something, trust him, go for it. Whatever it is, just put your trust. He's like, whether it has to do with your kingdom spouse, or if it has to do with, I don't know, what is it that he's asked you to trust him with, just go ahead and put your trust in him. What's the worst that can happen? You're putting your trust in the Lord. He will turn everything that goes bad in that's beauty into ashes. Whatever that goes wrong, he turns it into good, and for your good and his glory, of course. And then he took me to Psalms 91 verses 11, and it says, for he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. So that's, that pretty much seals it, because and that verse was shown to me exactly at 11:11 a.m. So if you've been seeing 111 then maybe this might be a confirmation. Of course, take it to the Lord, or that's the word that the Lord said. If this was a blessing to you, and if the Lord leads you, please share, like, subscribe. And if the Lord leads you, so on a seed into this ministry, you can join the membership, or whatever the Lord leads you. He also asked me lately, I mentioned it in the previous word, that to join what's it called, TikTok. So I'm going to also put a link for that into my videos, into the description. It's also in my about me section. I don't know if you guys want to go and check out the words that I released there. They're shorts. He hasn't asked me to do more than that. I don't know if it's possible to do more than that. They're not a TikTok savvy, so but obedient, anyhow, that's the word. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and that is in his glorious name I pray. Amen.